Welcome back. I hope you had an epic week. We're about to jump into an illustration which I'm super excited about. It's not just one, it's like 5 of them, but it's about a character, Mr Boxbrain, that I have developed. How it all started is when I was bored after Christmas on Boxing Day. I was like, I'm going to build a build a head mask thing out of boxes with all the leftover boxes, and I started doing that with the kids, and they were into it for a second, and then they were done. But I kept going, and I was just having tons of fun. So I ended up with this Mr Boxbrain character, and I was wearing it around. I was being silly, and I was taking photos with it, and I was having a blast. So then I was like, oh man, imagine if I started drawing that. So I started drawing him, just mimicking a drawing that I had done, and then I was like, oh well, how about what would Mr Boxbrain be like in different situations? So I started doing that as well, and I think it's kind of like related to what I have experienced in the last like couple of weeks or months or whatever. So the illustration you're seeing right now I was just in Hawaii, and Mr Boxbrain in my head got to be there as well. And so it was just sort of fun to sort of set up the character in different situations. So one of the things about, I think, character building is like, how is that person reacting, or that character reacting in these situations? So he's in Hawaii, he's snoozing on a hammock in between two little mini island things, and he's about to get bit on the finger by a turtle, but he's just lazying away. Like, that's the way he's enjoying it. Me personally, I think I'd find it very hard to lay down and be doing nothing while I was in Hawaii. Maybe if I was scrolling on my phone, but it's kind of fun. So you get to see that they come to life. Little highlights, the shadows and stuff really bring this illustration to life. And I think I forget to add, one of the big things when I'm adding a character is like, I give them reasons to have stuff. And so I then I meant to add tape, but I think I forget to add tape to his nose and face. So he should have had tape all over him, just like the box did that I created that we're seeing now. I thought it'd be fun if Mr Boxbrain was doing or creating a portrait. One of the things I struggled with is, in the actual creation I had, his eyes are in the same position with like an eyelid, and I was like, that's kind of fun, but it's very limiting and doesn't let you sort of figure out what's going on. So then I had to let the eyes sort of move around in the illustrations, but I still wanted them to look like they're not quite fully there, or not always perfect. In this illustration, I was kind of trying to figure out what to draw in what situation, but as I'm recording this, and as I have a podcast launching very soon, I was like, oh my gosh, that would be fun if he's got his own Mr Boxbrain podcast. And in my mind, I was thinking, like, imagine if he reviews certain types of boxes that you would use for your head or anything like that. But anyway, I was just being silly, not really any big thoughts to that. I didn't follow through on that idea. But I add tape to this one. I got the headphones. That was a really fun one. Sort of flowed off the pen really easily. I had to move some stuff out of storage recently, and I was like, oh my gosh, would this not be Mr Boxbrain's like favorite job? He's like, it's all about packing boxes. It's about being nice with them. There's a whole stack of array of boxes down there. I had a thought that each of the boxes would be a flat packed version of a box, so it's not like a U-Haul rental. It's literally just like you can come in and get a new box head if you wanted to. But I don't know, it would be fun to flesh that idea out anyway. But it was fun to sort of add this in on top of the photo, and sort of give it a vinaigrette, whatever it is, not vinaigrette, vinaigrette or whatever, a little bit. Anyway, so this one is the final one. It's just kind of fun. I love, like, I know this is not sort of fun, but I love watching TV, but I love drawing and watching TV, but there's every once in a while where I was just like, I need to zone out, I need to not do anything, and that's what I was thinking of in this drawing. But the fun part, I was like, how can I make him feel more like he's like set up to relax. Like he's got his eye mask on, he's got his PJs, his favorite unicorn slippers. Like I have a big fuzzy pair of bare feet slippers myself. And I was like, but one thing that I do is I will stay up later than I should to have time to myself. Like even if I've drawn all day or I've hung out with the kids and we've had a blast of a day, I'm still like, I need that sort of little special time. So I was like, well, he's got to be staying up late like I do. I guess this is a bit more of a reflection. I don't have a moustache though. But I did the same sort of thing. Like, so seeing the highlights being added now just to give that the reflection. There's a bit of a glow, the dark shadow in the back. I'm loving the white outlines, little flicker of the light, and that's Mr Boxbrain. Cheers, mate. Subscribe if you're keen.